wee thing. I heard my mother say, before I would work, I would rather sport and play. Before I would work, I would rather sport and play. We my Johnny all among the red roses.
I swear she loves the views as much as we do. Spring suns. So much fluff. What do you feel?
Where are we, Josie?
Oh no, where are we? We're in Argyll. We're near Ford, Auchinellen farmhouse.
Okay.
Near
For
Loch Awe.
Okay. For what purpose?
We're here to spend some time. We're here to think about what it means to be in landscape together with people and our animal kin. We're on a spiritual journey. We're here because we're on residency and we're spending a week documenting a journey with Maisie through Argyll, where we'll be kind of thinking about some of the themes that I explore in my practice. My name is Josie. I sing under the pseudonym Quinie. I sing Scots song, generally unaccompanied, and I'm really influenced by the tradition of Scottish traveller singers. Here they come! What does it mean to sing these old songs? What does it mean to be creating new songs in this tradition? What is the link between travelling with Maisie and singing?
Up and a with the laverick, up and a in the morning. Up and a with the laverick, up and a to the hills for me.
Outside? In the field? She doesn't like the torch.
Just checking the supplies, the quality of the supplies, before I give them to Maisie. Is it good quality?
Is it good quality?
Well, the best, only the best.
What are you doing here, Dom? Like, I mean, on this trip?
I'm gonna be the book designer of a printed object that is gonna be kind of like recording some traces of the research, of the week of research that we have been doing. But then I think most of that work is gonna be done afterwards. And this week I'm really there as like, I think, a friend, someone to reflect on, to like engage in conversation and just be part of how is the research happening, so that I can have a better maybe input when we're going to do the book design.
I totally think that our bodies are set up to be moving and to be together in company moving. As a species, humans have evolved to move with animals. I think it gives you this sense of being in a kind of travelling band.
I love donkeys.
It's got this kind of chaotic energy which is really playful and really joyous and can get silly quickly.
Oh my god!
Yeah, this says dead end. God damn. We're basically just following solid ground. Good girl. Good girl. A track. But that means when you do get the flow together, it feels so sweet and you're all in sync and you're all heading in the right direction. That is a better feeling than anything.
Dagok, she is a bonny bird. She can't as she flees. She both has good wishes and tells us neatly she 6 wee birds' eggs to keep her voice clear.
The thing about the landscape in Argyll, particularly in the Kilmartin Glen and around this area, is that the evidence of more ancient people is so clear. Look at this, Maisie.
It's not because like you go around like looking at standing stones and then you have to like make a song
About standing stones, yeah.
I was there with my horse.
I think because I've been reading more about like our indigenous mythology and that kind of thing, I was like, oh, maybe I should be talking about that in the songs, but actually that's not really my kind of thing. That informs how and why I make the music, but it's not what I want the music to be about. I don't want it to be the old story songs. Yeah, it's more like, what was the feeling of being in the Standing Stones? What songs came up? I think I need to be brave to sing simple songs. You can fill it with harmonies that we know sound beautiful and stir things in us, or you can have this big, a kind of big dirgy build that makes it feel powerful, but how do you recreate those feelings with just a voice? I've been asking this question of what does it mean to be in kinship on a journey. Obviously we're connected with our group, our animals. We're connecting in with ourselves and like our understanding of ourselves, both looking back and looking forward. But then we're also connected in with the place and the animals that live in the place and the stories of the place and the songs of the place, and all of those things are like a big complex web. And that is really highlighted when you're with the animals because they rely on the environment so much, so you can see that loop of connection happening all over the place. Gang. To gang. A gait, style of walking. A person's way or pace of life. A journey, a trip on an errand. The load that can be carried in one trip. A pasture. The passage between stalls in a cowshed. A company of people, often with disapproving overtones.
Just another diamond day, just a bit of rose, just another. And I sing unaccompanied Scots song. So
Little pictures of birds. The heron. And some little lists. That's all the animals we met. That's all the people we met. Or some of them, including the postman and the man in shorts. The specific route isn't important, it's more why we chose to do that route, what we encountered on the way in terms of decision making and the different connections we made or the different experiences we had. I find it like immediately opens up conversations about like older ways of doing things when you have a horse with you. Like, you know, the guy that stopped us on the cyclopath being like, excuse me, do you know a saddler who could help me wrap an oar in leather? And then you're like, oh, I don't know. Or, you know, someone coming up to the pub being like, I'm interested in training my horse to roll bracken. Do you know anyone who can roll bracken? Or
And I guess it wasn't that long ago that everyone had to have a connection with the horses.
exactly, yeah,
For whatever it was, working the land or, you know, getting their food or transport or
yeah.
whatever. So I think it was really like in everyone's blood or like in everyone's bones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, people have a reverence for them, don't they? They respect them, their power, their gentleness.
I haven't had a life close to horses, but then it's still something that is like an important figure in a way. It's just something that has been traveling through like children's stories and like movies.
Black and a bay, a sorrel and a grey.
I recognize the symbol of a horse as something that is important and ancient and I don't know if I can say essential, but maybe like yeah, that was the way that you were traveling.
Hello, what's your name?
Toad.
Toad?
Yeah. Toad. Yeah.
Hello, Toad. Can I?
Yeah, she's called Maisie.
Can I take a photo?
Yeah.
And where are you guys from? Australia.
So I'm a singer and I sing a traditional Scots song, which isn't necessarily from this area, but I did a residency recently in Australia, and there, because there was so much more discussion of like a deeper sense of history, it made me realise that in Scotland we tend not to do that, to look back deeply.
Yes.
So that kind of like set me off thinking, what would it mean to do that? And then I guess the way that I like doing it is by journeying with the horse and moving through a landscape. So it's funny to meet some Australians on top.
Would you sing
We've
a little
come here
bit
for the history.
Yeah, I could sing a little bit.
Yeah, it'd be lovely. I mean, if you want.
What shall I sing? I could do the piping one. Call my love, here I lay, here I lay, here I lay. Haro hee, haro ha, hinderin. Haro hee, haro ha, hinderin. Maybe asking the right questions about something is just as important as knowing the answer to the questions. The thing for me with the link between travelling with Maisie and singing is that I'm just asking that question.
She's like, I heard it all before.
What is the connection here? Why am I driven to do these two things? And I don't really necessarily have an answer, but I guess I'm going to keep asking the question until something emerges or until I die. Let's go that way. You go this way? Susan Silk singing foo fa foo, Susan Silk and the young ones churning milk, and we're all blind drunk and the jolly man's foo. Loose chasing puss singing foo fa foo, loose chasing puss round the barn and the house, and we're all blind drunk and the jolly man's foo.